Matt Karasek with a quick tutorial on how to get Google Meet into your Outlook. So the first thing you need to do is get the add-on for Outlook. And if you don't remember, if you don't have the sheet that James sent out, you can Google Microsoft App Source Google Meet. Notice I spelled that wrong. That's okay. Google Meet, and it should be the first one that comes up. So you click that, and it opens up this, the app source or app store basically for Microsoft, and you'd click Get It Now. You would make sure that your Sawashko account is logged in. Now, one thing to mention, when you're talking about Microsoft, you're using your Sawashko account. When you're using anything Google, you're using your @apps account. So right now I'm using Microsoft for the moment. Eventually Google Meet, and which is my @apps account, and Microsoft will sync. So right now, Microsoft, I'm using my Sawashko account. I click continue. It'll ask me to log in. Or it's logged in, so it's successfully added to my Sawashko account. Now, what that actually has done is it's put it in my Outlook 365, which is the online Outlook version, and the desktop version. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from the desktop version because that's what I use. I don't use the online version. Oh, excuse me. So here is Microsoft Outlook. You are going to click the calendar icon at the bottom. So you should see the email envelope and then the icon for the calendar. And now you can actually create a meeting. So if you're meeting with staff or students, you can click meeting. That'll open up. It might take a second or two. You will eventually see this Google Meet button. And if your screen is smaller, you may need to click a little button, a little arrow button, and move all these icons over until you see the Google Meet. When you first click it and say you want to add a meeting right away, it's not synced to your @apps account. So it'll ask you to sign in. So you click sign in. So now that I'm using Google, I'm using my @apps account. And then of course I'm going to allow it. And now you'll see that it gives you this information. It gives you a unique URL with a unique set of letters. It gives you a unique dial-in number with a code, a PIN, that if students or staff are calling in with a phone, they can call in. But this will change for every meeting. So that's important. If you want to set up a recurring meeting, so let's say every Friday at 9 o'clock, you want the students to log into the same exact URL, you need to click the recurrence button. And I have it for Thursday, so I'll just say every Thursday at 3 p.m. So weekly, or let's say you want to meet every other week. Maybe you have 2 groups of students that you want to meet with. You can do monthly that way, or every other week. So 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, or every month or whatever. So you can set it up that way. That way, when you send this out as an invitation, so I'm just going to click OK. So now I've set it up as a recurring event until February of 21. From 3 to 3:30, I can put in the student's email. I can put in, which I would use the @apps emails, or staff Sawashko emails, or you could use the @apps for staff as well. So you could put in the emails. Otherwise, if you didn't want to send it to anybody, you can put in yourself, right? Send it to yourself, and then you can just copy that link. Once you've clicked send, you can actually send that link or put it in your Schoology account. Now, personally, I would it'll take one time for however many events. I would personally put in the students' email addresses and send it to the students. That way they get a reminder, and you can set it up for 15 minutes, 30 minutes before the meeting. That way students get a reminder every single Thursday at 2:30. Well, if I said it this way, would get it at every Thursday at 2:30, they would get a reminder on their Chromebook saying, hey, we're having a Google Meet. But if they forget, they could also go to Schoology and click this URL. So then you'd click send, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to set up an actual meeting. But that is how you set up Google Meet. And then when you click on this, let me just actually click on it, it will open up the Google Meet page. And then you will be able to, once it gets going, sorry. There I am. So you would be able to join the meeting, and students would be able to join the meeting. And again, if you had it set up every Thursday at 3 o'clock, students would be able to click that URL for that Thursday and be able to join your Google Meet session. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at mkarasak@sawashko.org.